My beloved child, I need your full attention right now. Please stay with me and do not let this moment pass you by, because what I am about to share has the power to change the direction of your life if you remain with me until the very end. Set aside every distraction for just a little while and allow your heart to become still before me. There are moments in life that quietly shape everything that follows, and this is one of those moments. Often the greatest changes begin long before they become visible, taking root in a heart that is willing to listen. You are standing before a choice at this very moment. You can stay and receive what heaven has prepared for you, or you can walk away and allow this opportunity for breakthrough to slip from your hands. So listen carefully to my voice. Right now, my angels are surrounding you, quietly watching the decision you are about to make. Will you remain here with me, or will you move on? The answer you give in this moment will shape what unfolds from this day forward, because heaven itself is attentive to what is happening. What is about to take place is precious, and this invitation will not come in the same way again. Do not measure this moment by what your eyes can see. Some of the most significant works I begin are first recognized in the quiet places of the heart before they are ever seen in the circumstances around you. What seems like a simple decision to stay may become the beginning of a story you will one day look back on with gratitude. If you would like to support this message, you can use the support link provided in the description below. Every gift, no matter the amount, is offered as an act of faith and becomes a seed placed before me with a heart that trusts my provision. Even now you are seeing beyond what is ordinary because I led you here. Myself. This was not a coincidence, and it was never random. You arrived at this message at this exact time because heaven has been reaching toward you. Long before you pressed play, I already knew this moment would become part of your journey, and I have been patiently drawing your heart closer to mine. While you thought you were searching for answers, I was gently leading you toward this encounter. Something has been standing in the way of the blessings I desire for your life. Something has delayed the breakthrough you have been waiting for, and today I am preparing to remove that obstacle. I know the waiting has not been easy. There were days when you questioned whether anything was changing, and nights when silence felt heavier than hope. You continued carrying responsibilities while wondering if your prayers were still being heard. Yet even in those moments, my hand never stopped working on your behalf. But I ask you to stay with me and keep your heart focused. Do not allow distractions to pull your attention away, because this is one of the most important moments you will experience this year. Before we continue, I want you to respond in faith. Leave a comment and write the word "ready." This is more than a simple comment. It is your covenant with heaven declaring that you are prepared to receive what I have been holding for you. Let that word become a quiet declaration of trust, reminding your own heart that you are choosing faith over hesitation. Sometimes faith begins with a small step that prepares your heart for a greater work. Type "ready" now, and let heaven know that your heart is open to the breakthrough you have been praying for. My child, I know how much you have carried. I have seen every tear you cried when no one else was there, and I have heard every prayer you whispered in the quiet places of your life. I watched you keep moving forward even when you felt exhausted, and I saw you continue believing when every part of you wanted to stop. I know the questions you never spoke aloud and the burdens you tried to carry without asking anyone for help. I saw the moments when you smiled for others while quietly carrying pain within yourself. You wondered whether I still saw you, and you questioned whether I had forgotten you. Yet I never left your side for even a single moment. Even in the seasons when my presence felt distant to you, I was closer than you realized. Today I will show you that I have been working for you even when you could not see my hand. There is something I want you to understand about your life. From the day you were born, I placed my mark upon you and sealed your life with a purpose that no power in this world can remove. That truth has never depended on your circumstances, your successes, or your failures. It has remained secure because it rests in my faithfulness rather than your strength. Even when you questioned yourself, my purpose for you remained unchanged. That seal has remained with you through every storm you have faced. It carried you through the deepest valleys and protected you when the enemy sought to destroy you. Looking back, there were moments you thought you survived by chance, yet my protection surrounded you even when you could not recognize it. There were doors that closed for reasons you did not understand and paths that changed without warning, yet I was still guiding your steps. But now the time has come for that seal to open and release what I have been preparing for you. I am about to reveal 3 divine seals, ancient locks that have stood over different areas of your life, each representing a place where blessing has been delayed. Today we will open them together, one step at a time. Stay with me through this journey and do not rush ahead, because each step matters. Growth that lasts is rarely rushed, and understanding often comes one revelation at a time. There are lessons that can only be learned by walking with me instead of racing ahead on your own. If you leave before the process is complete, those seals will close again, and what we began together today will be left unfinished. The first seal covers your provision. It has stood over your finances, limiting the flow of what you needed and making every step forward feel harder than it should have been. This is why opportunities seem to slip away, why your efforts often felt unrewarded, and why you kept wondering when relief would finally come. Perhaps there were moments when you worked faithfully, yet still felt as though progress remained just beyond your reach. Perhaps you questioned why your diligence seemed to produce so little, while others appeared to move ahead with ease. Yet even now, as you read these words, that seal is beginning to crack, and something is shifting around you. What has seemed unmoving for so long is beginning to respond to my timing. Understand this clearly. The first seal was never meant to remain forever. It became a test of your faith, asking whether you would continue trusting me when nothing appeared to change, and whether you would still praise me when your resources were running dry. Those difficult seasons shaped more than your circumstances. They strengthened your endurance and taught your heart to lean on me in deeper ways. They formed a perseverance that comfort alone could never have produced. My child, you endured that season. You kept believing, you held on to your faith, and you continued trusting me even when you could not understand what I was doing. Because of that, the first seal is ready to break. Before it does, I ask you for one more response. If you truly believe that your financial breakthrough is drawing near, press the like button now. That simple act declares your agreement with what I am doing, tells heaven that you are ready to receive, and declares before the enemy that you will continue standing in faith. Sometimes the smallest act of obedience becomes a quiet reminder to your own heart that you are choosing to trust what I have spoken. Let this moment become another way of saying, Lord, I believe you are still working. The first seal is now broken. Your provision has been released, and within the next 72 hours you will begin to see evidence of it. Resources you never expected may find their way to you. Opportunities that once seemed impossible may suddenly appear, and doors that have remained closed may begin to open. Some answers may arrive in ways you never anticipated, while others may begin with small signs that gradually reveal my greater purpose. Do not overlook the small beginnings, because they often become the first evidence that larger changes are already underway. Hold firmly to your faith during this time, because the enemy will try to persuade you that nothing has changed. Refuse to believe those whispers. Continue expecting what I have promised, and keep watching for the signs I place before you. Now we come to the second seal. This seal has stood over your relationships, keeping the right people from entering your life. It has contributed to the loneliness you have felt, the misunderstanding you have experienced, and the repeated disappointment of investing in the wrong connections. I know what it feels like to long for people who truly understand your heart and encourage the calling I have placed within you. I have seen the moments when you wondered if anyone genuinely understood the burdens you carried or the hopes you quietly held on to. But today, I am beginning to change that. The second seal is beginning to break open even now. Listen closely to what I am about to tell you, because I am preparing to bring new people into your life. These are far more than ordinary acquaintances. They are relationships I have appointed, people who will recognize the value I have placed within you, encourage the vision I have given you, and help open doors that you could never have opened on your own. They will not simply admire what you can do. They will help strengthen who you are becoming. Some will speak courage into places where fear has kept you silent, and others will remind you of gifts you almost forgot you possessed. There is something important you must understand before they arrive. They cannot step into the place that is still occupied by relationships that continue to drain your strength and pull you backward. You may need to release some connections that have kept you from moving forward, and although that will not be easy, it is necessary. Letting go does not always mean bitterness or conflict. Sometimes it simply means choosing peace over constant exhaustion and trusting that I know which relationships are meant for this next season. The second seal asks you to believe that I have something better ahead, to stop settling for relationships that diminish your spirit, and to trust that I am preparing the right people for your life. If you are ready to welcome those new relationships, then leave a comment and write the word open. By typing open, you are declaring before heaven that your heart is ready for the second seal to be broken. Do it now, and let that simple act become your expression of faith as the second seal is released. Let it remind you that an open heart is willing to receive what I choose to bring, even if it arrives differently than you expected. The second seal is now broken. Your season of isolation has come to an end, and the loneliness you have carried no longer defines this moment. The people I have prepared for you are already making their way toward your life. Some will come within days, others within weeks, but they are coming, my child. Even while you cannot yet see them, I am already arranging moments, conversations, and paths that will bring your lives together in my perfect timing. When they arrive, you will recognize them. They will carry my presence, speak words that breathe life into your weary heart, and remind you of the gifts I have placed within you that may have been overlooked for far too long. Their encouragement will not flatter you. It will strengthen you. Their presence will help you grow rather than keep you comfortable. Be ready to receive these relationships, because they will become part of the work I am doing in your life. Now we come to the third and final seal. This is the seal that has stood over your purpose, keeping you from fully stepping into the calling I have prepared for you. It explains why you have often felt stuck, why something always seemed to be missing, and why your search for meaning never felt complete. There have been moments when you wondered whether you had missed your opportunity or taken the wrong path. Yet this season of waiting has not been without purpose, because it has been leading you to this very moment, preparing both your heart and your character for what comes next. Unlike the first two, this seal must be completely shattered. It calls for deeper faith than anything before it. It asks you to believe that you were created for more than your present circumstances, to trust that I have entrusted your life with a specific purpose, and to keep walking even when you cannot yet see the entire path before you. Purpose often unfolds one faithful step at a time rather than all at once. I rarely reveal the entire journey before asking you to begin it, because I desire that your confidence rest in me instead of your own understanding. I am bringing you into a new season. It is a season marked by greater clarity, renewed purpose, and understanding that will unfold in ways you could not previously see. What once felt confusing will begin to connect with surprising clarity as you continue walking with me. But to step into what I have prepared, you must be willing to leave behind what belongs to yesterday. The mindset that carried you through the past cannot carry you into the future I have prepared for you. Every new season asks you to trust me in new ways. Release the fear that has kept you standing still. Let go of the doubt that has held your heart captive, and surrender the need to understand every detail before you take the next step. You do not need every answer before you move forward. You only need the willingness to follow my voice as I continue leading you. Trust me enough to move when I call you forward, even before the whole journey becomes visible. If you are ready to walk in your purpose, if you are ready to embrace the calling I have placed upon your life, and if you are ready to become who I created you to be, then I ask you to do something meaningful. Share this message with at least one person. As you share it, you are doing more than passing along words. You are declaring before heaven that your heart is ready, and you are opening the final seal. Allow your willingness to share hope to become another expression of the faith growing within you. Share it now and watch as the third seal is completely shattered. Your purpose has now been unlocked. From this moment, you will begin seeing your life through new eyes. What once seemed confusing will become clearer. Hidden doors will begin to appear, and opportunities you once overlooked will come into view as you step into divine alignment. You may begin noticing that experiences which once seemed unrelated now fit together in ways you never expected, revealing how I have been guiding you all along. There is something more I want you to understand. Few people recognize what follows after all three seals have been opened. A fourth element is released, something I call the divine magnet. It is a spiritual force that begins drawing what you need toward your life. It does not replace faith or obedience. Instead, it accompanies the work I am already doing as you continue walking with me. You will no longer need to chase endlessly or force every door to open through your own effort. What you need will begin coming toward you as naturally as metal is drawn to a magnet. This does not mean every answer will arrive instantly, but you will begin recognizing my hand arranging circumstances in ways you could never have orchestrated yourself. The divine magnet works in 3 distinct ways, each one revealing my provision in a different area of your life. First, it draws resources. The finances you need, the tools you need, and the provision you have been waiting for will begin appearing in ways you did not expect. You may wake one morning to find an unexpected check in the mail, receive a phone call about an opportunity you never pursued, or suddenly notice resources that had been right in front of you all along. At times, what I provide will come through opportunities instead of immediate answers, requiring you to step forward in faith. This is how the divine magnet works, drawing provision from places you never imagined. Second, it draws people. The right mentors, trusted partners, and faithful supporters will be brought into your life by my design. Someone may contact you unexpectedly. Your name may be mentioned in the exact conversation that opens the right door, or someone may recognize potential in you that others failed to see. These relationships will not simply encourage you, they will help strengthen the work I have called you to accomplish. These moments are not accidents, they are part of the work of the divine magnet. Third, it draws favor. Places that once rejected you may begin welcoming you. People who overlooked you may finally recognize you, and circumstances that once stood against you may begin aligning in your favor. Closed doors may open, blocked paths may become clear, and opportunities that once passed you by may return. You will begin to notice that what once required endless striving begins unfolding with unexpected peace. This is supernatural favor, and it is now active in your life. Now I want you to understand how to walk in harmony with the divine magnet. Your words matter because they shape the direction of your heart. What you continually speak often reveals what you continually believe. If you continually speak words of lack, you push abundance away. If you continually speak loneliness, you push away connection. If you continually speak failure, you push away success. Guard your speech carefully, because your words influence the atmosphere you choose to live in each day. From this moment forward, let your words reflect what you are trusting me to do. Speak of provision. Speak of restored relationships. Speak of breakthrough. Speak of victory. Let your conversations become reminders of your faith instead of echoes of your fears. Your words carry power, and they are helping shape the reality you are choosing to embrace. The divine magnet is already at work in your life, but I need to prepare you for something important. Once it begins operating, spiritual resistance will become stronger. The enemy will recognize that something is changing within your life. He will see that you are moving into a new season and that you are beginning to break free from the things that have held you back for so long. Whenever my work begins to move forward in a deeper way, opposition often tries to convince you that nothing is really changing. Do not mistake resistance for failure. Sometimes it is simply evidence that you are no longer standing where you used to be. Every step you take toward what I have prepared exposes the chains that are beginning to lose their hold. And that is why resistance often becomes more noticeable before freedom becomes fully visible. Because of that, he will try to oppose what I am doing. His attacks may come through discouraging words, friends who suddenly question your faith, family members who mock what you believe, or strangers who speak negativity over your life. At other times, the discouragement may arrive more quietly, through thoughts that whisper you should give up or that your prayers have accomplished nothing. Some battles will happen where no one else can see them, deep within your own thoughts, where doubt tries to sound like reason. Do not be shaken when this happens. It is a sign that you are continuing to move in the direction I have set before you, because the enemy does not resist without reason. He desires to weaken your confidence before you ever see the fulfillment of what I have promised. But you do not have to surrender your peace to his lies. He will also attempt to distract you. Unexpected problems may appear. Small crises may demand your attention, and interruptions may try to pull your focus away from me. Some distractions will seem urgent even though they are not truly important. They will compete for your attention until you begin to lose sight of what I have already spoken over your life. You may even feel tempted to believe that every setback is proof that you misunderstood my voice. But I tell you now, keep your eyes on me and remain attentive to what I am doing. Learn to pause before reacting and remember what I have already spoken to your heart. These distractions are meant to turn your attention away from the breakthrough I have prepared, so do not allow them to succeed. There is no reason to live in fear. I am watching over you. My hand remains upon your life, and I have surrounded you with my protection. Even when you cannot see the shield around you, it has never been removed. I have guarded you through dangers you never recognized, and carried you through moments you never realized could have gone differently. No weapon formed against you will succeed. No scheme planned against you will prosper. No curse spoken over your life will take root, because I am your defender, your protector, and your fortress. I will not allow the enemy to steal what I have given you, and I will continue to guard what I have entrusted to your life. Rest in that assurance instead of allowing fear to determine your next step. Now I want to speak to you about the next 72 hours. This is an important window of time. During these 3 days, heaven is watching to see whether you will continue walking in faith. This is about more than simply believing my words. It is about allowing your actions to reflect the faith you have placed in me. Faith grows stronger when it is lived one step at a time, even before every answer becomes visible. These coming days are an opportunity for your confidence in me to become more deeply rooted than your confidence in what you can already see. Will you live as someone who trusts that breakthrough is coming? Will your words reflect confidence in what I have promised? Will your steps reveal that you believe I am leading you forward? During these 72 hours, remain in prayer not only through set moments of prayer, but by staying in continual conversation with me throughout your day. Invite me into the ordinary moments as well as the difficult ones, because I care about every part of your journey. Speak with me when you wake, while you work, when you grow weary, and before you rest, allowing your heart to remain aware that I am always near. Talk with me about what is on your heart. Bring me your questions, ask for my guidance, and thank me for what I am doing, even before you see the outcome. You do not have to hide your concerns or pretend to be stronger than you feel. Bring your whole heart before me, because I already know what you carry. There is no burden too small for me to hear, and no fear too deep for me to understand. Prayer keeps your heart close to mine and keeps you depending on me instead of relying only on your own strength. During this season, I want you to trust me completely. Remain thankful. Do not wait until you see your breakthrough before offering gratitude. Thank me for what is already moving beyond your sight. Thank me for the seals that have been opened, and for the divine magnet that is now at work in your life. Gratitude is an expression of faith, and when you thank me before you see the answer, you are declaring that you trust what I have already begun. A thankful heart remains open to recognize my hand even in the smallest moments. Often the first evidence of my work appears quietly, and gratitude helps you notice what a fearful heart might overlook. Remain expectant. Wake each morning believing that you may witness something new. Check your messages with hope, open your mail with expectation, and answer your door believing that I am still at work. Let your expectation be quiet, confidence rather than anxious striving. You do not need to force what I have already set into motion. Expectation prepares your heart to recognize the signs I place before you, because many people overlook their breakthrough simply because they were never watching for it. Keep your heart attentive, and you will begin noticing my faithfulness in places you once considered ordinary. Guard your heart carefully during these 72 hours. Do not fill your mind with news that stirs fear, social media that fuels comparison, music that leaves you discouraged, or conversations that weaken your faith. Be intentional about protecting the atmosphere within your heart, because what remains there will influence how you respond to everything around you. The thoughts you repeatedly welcome will slowly shape the direction of your faith, your peace, and your hope. Everything you allow into your heart will either strengthen your trust in me or feed your fears. Choose wisely. Choose what draws you closer to my presence, rather than what pulls your attention away from it, and allow your heart to become a place where faith can continue to grow. Within these 72 hours, you will see your first sign. Pay close attention, because it may not appear the way you expect. It could come through a phone call from someone you have not heard from in years, an email containing an opportunity you never pursued, a message that answers a question you have carried, unexpected financial provision, or a conversation that unfolds at exactly the right time. My answers are often woven into ordinary moments that reveal my timing in unexpected ways. When that sign appears, do not dismiss it as mere coincidence. Receive it as confirmation, give thanks aloud, and acknowledge that heaven has heard your prayers and is responding. Let that moment strengthen your faith for everything that is still unfolding. During these 72 hours, guard your words carefully. Speak faith, speak life, speak victory. Refuse to dwell on complaints, refuse to rehearse your doubts, and refuse to keep repeating your problems. Protect your mind with equal care. Be intentional about what you consume, and do not give your attention to voices that drain your faith. Instead, fill your heart and your thoughts with truth and hope. The direction of your thoughts will influence the direction of your faith, so keep returning your attention to my promises whenever distractions try to pull you away. Finally, keep watching for the signs. Pay attention to what unfolds around you, even in the smallest moments, because what seems ordinary may become heaven's way of confirming everything that has taken place here today. Do not overlook the quiet details, because they may carry the reassurance your heart has been waiting to receive. Sometimes my confirmation comes gently rather than dramatically, yet it is no less real. My beloved child, something has shifted in this very moment. Can you sense it? The atmosphere around you is no longer the same, because something has been set in motion that cannot be undone. This is your moment, this is your time, and this is your season. You remained here until the end, showing heaven the sincerity of your heart, and now I am showing you that my words to you are true. Hold on to what you have received today, and let it remain steady within you in the days ahead. Before this message comes to a close, there is one more thing I want you to carry with you. I am with you every single day. I am present in every breath you take, every step you walk, and every decision you make. Whether your path feels clear or uncertain tomorrow, my presence will remain the same. You are never alone, never forgotten, and never abandoned, because my presence remains with you wherever you go. I will walk beside you through this new chapter of your life. Every door you approach will open, every mountain before you will move, and every valley you travel through will become part of the path that lifts you higher, because I am with you. Continue walking with confidence, not because every answer has already appeared, but because you know who is walking beside you. If you would like to support this message, you can do so through the support link provided in the description. Every gift, regardless of its size, is offered as a seed of faith and reflects a heart that trusts my provision. You are no longer seeing life through ordinary eyes. Go forward with my blessing, my protection, and my favor resting upon you. The seals have been broken, the divine magnet is active, and your season has begun. Walk in strength, walk in peace, walk in confidence, and always remember that I will remain with you every step of the way. No matter what tomorrow brings, my presence will go before you and remain beside you. The greatest chapter of your life begins now. Amen.